he wasn't going down on her. So he literally just got shit on his legs or whatever.
That's fine.
This dude got farted. Essentially, she farted into this man's mouth. Like, ew. Like,
Because if I was doing something and a
now
man
just
farted while I was down there, I'm like, you nasty
bitch.
son of a...
You want to get started with the weekly Reddit?
Weekly Reddit.
Okay, I think this one might trip you up a bit.
Ooh, okay, what
It
is
might not trip you up a bit, but whatever, you'll hear it.
Yeah, what is it? What is it? What is
Okay, so this one says,
it?
I was dating this girl a few years ago. We had been together for about a year and a half. One night, we were in the sack.
In this.
In the sack. I went down on her, and just as she was getting off, she let one rip.
Okay, that can happen.
Hold on.
That can happen.
Right in my face.
Okay.
It was loud.
Okay.
And I could almost taste it.
Ew.
Furthermore, the blanket and the legs held me in for a minute, kind of amplified the misery. Never been that close to an ass while it was farting in my life. He says, or she, I don't know. We laughed it off and I casually drifted back into pretending not to care. I didn't immediately break up with her. It was a slow decay over a period of weeks. I couldn't get the fart situation out of my head. It was haunting. I even forced myself to go down on her briefly a couple more times before the split. She was the nicest, sweetest, most empathetic human I'd ever met. The reason I gave for breaking up with her was that I thought I was potentially gay. My older brother is gay and thinking of his pain and struggles through life while explaining this to her gave me the tears necessary to make the narrative more convincing. I broke her heart. I really hurt that girl. My guilt is still tremendous.
And it should be.
Furthermore, I know she eventually cyber stalked me a couple years later and seen the new girlfriend on Facebook. I'm assuming because she seen her tracks on one of my TikTok profiles. To this day, I wonder if she knows the real reason.
I feel like you should have just said the real like, look, girl,
I can't get over
you're the
fart.
best. But that potential pink eye you gave me was like something I cannot get past. Every time I see you, I hear and see the fart. I cannot get past it. And it's not you. I'm sorry.
It's really not like now that is a situation where the whole is me not you thing where it's actually true. He acknowledges like this was the greatest girl. Like I just could not
But
get
the whole I'm fake coming out the closet, that was fucked up.
Here's the thing.
That was messed up.
Don't you think a lot of people use that as an excuse?
Oh yeah, it's messed up. It's really messed up.
It's super messed
Just
up.
say the truth. The truth is not as bad as you fake coming out of the closet to her. When you have a gay brother, how disrespectful.
Yeah, now if I was the brother, I feel the type of way. I'd be like, how dare you take my struggles?
Like that's what made me work up the tears, was thinking about how horrible my brother had it.
Yeah, I was just like,
you're a shitty person, whoever you are.
That has to be one of the pettiest reasons to
That's
break
not
up
even
with
petty.
somebody,
It's just
though.
messed up.
I'm just like, now,
and then to acknowledge, oh yes, great girl, wonderful girl.
wonderful.
I even lied and laughed off the fart, but I couldn't get past the fart. To me and her fooled around, and on us cages, both of us at one point have farted. It happens.
It does.
I never thought of leaving him because while messing around, he farted.
I've
never.
I can't remember
Now I'm not gonna say the little fart. It was a cute little toot. It wasn't no
Yeah.
full blown.
Now the way he described it, I'm thinking it's like a full blown
I
like.
bet you it was a toot.
But now, what if it was one of them loud, obnoxious farts where it's like you could tell you've been holding that in for a minute?
The thing is, while you having sex, if you do try to hold it in.
I know,
I had
but
tried to hold it apart while having sex before, and it was not easy.
But you know, the longer you hold a fart in, the
When you
louder
let
it's gonna come
loose,
out.
she thought she was gonna make it to that bathroom with
This
that
is no
fart.
different than the woman that mistakenly shit on the guy that she was hooking up with.
So
Like,
terrible.
we was okay with him dumping her in.
Cause full blown,
I mean, granted, yes.
full blown, I have to wipe your shit off of me.
But at the same time,
But
sometimes, what if that wasn't the actual fart and you just thought it was?
I have more control over my bowels than that. I have never accidentally.
Just like we had sympathy for that girl, because when you are at your peak, you do kind of
Well,
lose
that's what I
control.
said. The little fart. I said, it happens. Wasn't my first response. It happens. It happens. But to break up with her over you didn't like her like that anyway.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
You
it would
didn't
never just be
like her
that
like
easy to
that
just break up with
anyway.
somebody if you actually cared that much
It
about them.
never crossed my mind to let go of my partner because they farted. It never crossed it. It never crossed my mind.
No, it's never crossed my mind to break up with somebody because they farted. But if you are proud of it,
I don't
I'd be
think she was
like,
proud. I think she was trying to laugh her way through the pain. I think she wanted it to
I
be
would say
over.
I would be embarrassed as hell if I can't remember ever like farting, like full on farting while having sex with somebody.
Thanks. I did a cute little toot. It wasn't a full blown. I don't even really fart like
It depends on the day and what I done had to eat.
that though.
Uh,
That poor girl.
yeah, I was just like, that's kind of funny and it's
And it's messed up because that's
terrible.
probably the only time in her life that has ever happened.
Apparently, farting while you having sex is pretty common for women, at least.
I mean,
Do
sometimes is it a fart or is it a queef? They sound the same, but they're
they?
not.
And that's my thing. I'm
Like,
like, what if it was just a queef? Because
I don't know.
queefs
He said he
are
smelled, he could taste
now.
it. That wasn't no queef.
That's the other thing. That's the other thing. The girl that shit
Oh, poor
on the
thing.
guy she was hooking up with,
Poor thing.
he wasn't going down on her. So he literally just got shit on his legs or whatever.
It's fine.
This dude got farted. Essentially, she farted into this man's mouth. Like, ew. Like,
Because if I was doing something and a
now
man
just
farted while I was down there, I'm like, you nasty
stupid
son
bitch.
of a.
You would want to break up with his ass too.
I don't think I'll break up with him. I'm just like, you nasty. you real goddamn nasty.
No, Jay. Ain't no way. Now, yeah, Victor, because y'all married now, whatever.
Just some dude on
But
you with a
just so
guy.
dude, if you could taste his fart, you'll be like, it's over. It's over. I don't need to know how
Let me
your
tell you,
fart tastes.
I will put my clothes on and leave immediately.
That's what I'm saying. I could understand. Like, and cause people in the comments were dragging
But
this
it's like,
man.
I think it's because it's an established relationship. I think if it would have been just like somebody was hooking up with, everybody like, just leave that nasty girl alone. But that was his actual girlfriend. That's
Yeah,
different.
a year and a half is a long time to
It's
be with
like a
somebody.
legit relationship. That was messed up. Y'all should have laughed past it.
He tried. At least he said he tried to.
But
Uh,
every time I went down there, all I could think about was that fart. I couldn't think about
Honestly,
nothing
I
else.
would be the same way. Every time I'd be like, damn, is she gonna fart on me again?
That was a one-time
You
thing.
don't know if it's a one time thing. Just like you never thought that shit would happen that one time.
Well, I guess.
Look,
I don't know if I'd have broke up with her. I don't know.
I don't
But
know
I have never tasted nobody fart. So I'm
exactly.
speaking from a place I don't know nothing about. And I will
Exactly.
acknowledge that.
I'm just thinking if I taste this person's fart,
I
it's like, is there any coming back from that?
don't know. I don't know.
I don't think there is. I mean, like, they're
I'm
just.
sure he got dragged. I think
Oh yeah, he
I
got.
am more upset about the fake gay thing than
Yeah, I would be
anything
way.
else.
People
Like,
actually didn't mention that part at all.
because that's what's disturbing to me.
But I would be so upset. I don't care if it's an accident at all. or not. My assumption is it's an accident because if you on purpose farted in my face like
Nah,
that,
she
we
embarrassed.
definitely over.
That girl didn't do that
But
shit on purpose.
exactly. I mean, you got some crazies out there that be like, he, look at him do to his ass. But
Who would do? Not your actual boyfriend.
people are nuts.
I'm finna give him pink eye. Like, who would do that?
I don't put nothing past nobody nowadays. People are nuts. Have you met people?
Oh yeah, I've met people.
They nuts. So
Cracker Jacks, indeed they are.
Cracker Jacks, what is wrong with you?
What, they have nuts?
I I know that. When was the last time you even had a Cracker Jack?
Boy, 1999.
Back when they still had the sailor on the box?
The red and white box.
What the hell did a Cracker Jack have to do with a sailor anyway?
Fiddle Faddle was better.
Oh, Fiddle Faddle was my shit.
Fiddle Faddle was good.
Fiddle Faddle,
Forgot about that.
I will still tear up a box of Fiddle Faddle.
I haven't even seen a box.
Have you not been to a Dollar General?
Well, that's where we bought them as a child.
That's where you buy them as adults too.
They still there?
Yes. They sell Fiddle Faddle and Meyer.
Do they?
They sure do.
Meyer got everything you don't need.
And a lot of stuff that you do too.
Meyer's a good store. They's overpriced. I'm cheaper shop at Kroger.
Nah, I told you I've compared those prices, at least for my grocery, and Meyer come out cheaper than Kroger every
It
time.
depends on what you buying though.
You know,
Well, for one, we only buy our meat from Costco now because it's cheaper. And them Costco pounds are like a pound and a half. It's not a pound.
I buy all my meat from Kroger, but my meat consists of chicken thighs and usually ribeyes. That's literally all I eat.
I like fish. That's what I eat
I mean,
the
occasionally
most
I
of.
will buy shrimp. I don't usually cook. I usually try to cook stuff that can be easily reheated, and I don't like reheating
Salmon
fish.
can be it
I don't
just,
like salmon though.
I don't know why. So delicious.
Not to me. That shit
So
is
flaky.
nasty.
So delicious.
Salmon is
When
nasty.
done right, it is superb.
Ah,
And you can reheat it. Like, here's my thing. People gonna get mad when I say this. If
mm-mm.
you reheat your food and it smell like fish, you didn't do it right. I reheat my food all the time, but it don't smell like no fucking fish. It smell like whatever seasonings I put on that bitch.
Dude, you know who be having some of the whitest chicken?
No.
Anytime I look at like Korean content
Yeah.
and they have like just like they have like some type of boiled fish soup type of not fish, chicken soup type of deal where they actually like boil the whole chicken.
Yeah.
It be the whitest chicken I ever seen. I'm like, where is the season? I said, you can't depend on the broth all the time.
Okay, the broth is nothing but seasoned water. Like, you gotta
Cause even if I make chicken noodle soup, I season the chicken and then I season the broth
you
too.
gotta season all of it. I season the vegetables too. I cook the vegetables separate, season them. Sometimes I put a little flour in them, thicken up my little
Yeah.
shit.
But
And
no, it be the whitest chicken. I be like, and people be talking about how good. I'm like, that don't look
now,
good to me.
are y'all talking about the texture of the chicken is good? Because that flavor ain't that good.
I
And
mean,
you're not gonna
I
tell
need
me it
something.
is. You ain't gonna
Where's
tell
the
me.
herbs? Where's the
Some
seasoning?
rosemary, do something.
Something, something. I don't want to just taste chicken.
Cause I
Maybe that's what gift meant.
what?
So I have an old coworker that she's from Nigeria, and she would always tell us that she likes the meat from Nigeria over the meat from the US. And when I asked her why, she was talking about chicken in this instance, and she said because chicken tastes like chicken there. And I said, "Well, what does the chicken taste like here because it's chicken?" And she's like, I don't know how to explain it to you, but the
Seasoning.
chicken there tastes like chicken." And I was just like, that makes no sense.
But I think we should eat a Nigerian chicken to find out.
I mean, well, she is Nigerian, so I mean, and she only lives like a hop, jump, and a skip away.
Like, make her some Nigerian chicken so we can see what you talking about.
Yeah, I'm like, but then you know me with trying new foods, I get real finicky with that.
I mean, let's be safe and say chicken breast.
I don't even like chicken breast as it is. Well, it's not that I don't like it, I don't prefer it. I
I
prefer
do.
chicken thigh.
I prefer the thigh for soups and
Oh,
shit.
100% for
I
soups.
prefer it for soups, but everything else I prefer breast.
And for everything else, I actually prefer like a chicken leg
I don't fuck with them
or a
chicken.
chicken wing.
I don't fuck with them chicken wings. This is my black secret. I told you.
I mean, honestly, if we want to be completely honest,
Mm-hmm.
the thing that I used to so what's some things that you used to always get told that you wasn't black for?
That I don't eat chicken wings.
Mine was the fact that I didn't care for chicken at all until a couple years ago.
Oh, I fuck with the rest of the chicken. I just didn't want the wings.
The main thing I get told that I'm not really black for, at least in my adult life, is the fact that I don't like hot sauce.
But to me, not liking hot sauce just simply means you don't like vinegar.
Exactly. I
So
cannot
that's
stand
what that means to me.
I cannot stand when I tell you I hate it with a passion. I hate the smell of hot sauce and pickles. That's
Because you don't
another
like
thing.
vinegar.
That's another thing I get told I'm not black for because I don't like pickles either. And I was just
What
like,
does
it's
that
the
have to do with
vinegar.
pickles?
Huh?
What does being black have to do with pickles?
I don't know what any of it has to do with being black.
I don't know what pickles got to do with it. Now the chicken is a stereotype. I don't know what the
Pickles are a
pickles.
stereotype too.
The hot pickles, maybe.
So it's hot sauce.
Well, yeah, but it's vinegar you don't like.
Yeah, it's the vinegar I don't like. Um, like cucumbers and stuff. Like a smoothie or something, I'll put a cucumber in there, no
Only
problem.
difference between a cucumber and a pickle
Is the fermentation
is
of it,
the
it's the
vinegar
vinegar. Yeah.
taste. That's it.
I don't like it. But you know me, I'm dramatic.
Hmm.
I don't like being in places where I'm not comfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And my experience with people with hot sauce, they
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 torment you with their hot sauce,
no,
don't they?
they people that like to eat hot sauce, they tend to like to drench shit in it.
Girl, Evangelo, I told you we had to start sending him to school. We had to buy those little industrial boxes of
Mhm.
Cholula packs because he went up in that school causing a goddamn scene because wasn't no hot. But he drenches. I have to take that sauce away because he'll drench it. He'll just cover everything
Here's
in the hot
Now I will
sauce.
say, as far as adults are concerned, the people that I know that drench stuff in hot sauce, they are smokers. And I'm like, and that
They
smoking cigarettes has completely trashed your taste buds that you cannot actually taste what this food tastes like. You
see what
have
it
to
is.
drench it in fucking hot sauce. And I'm sorry. I hate it when somebody drenches stuff in hot sauce around me because it literally feels like that vinegar smell is burning the nose hairs out of my damn
Well,
nostrils.
on top of that, you can taste it even though you ain't eating it. You
I'm
can taste
like,
it even it is burning that shit off. It's
it
burning
does
it right
burn.
off.
I'm just like, did you really? Like, okay, I could understand. Yeah, you just want a little enhancer to,
To
you
me,
put a
if you
little bit
need
in
that much
there.
hot sauce, your food is nasty.
That's my thing too.
But why
I
does
don't
your
know.
food need that much hot sauce?
But that's why I'm like, but now that I think about it, most of the people that I know that do that, they're smokers. And I'm just like, well, that
Yeah,
kind of
actually,
explains it.
I don't know any adults that do that. I only know children who do
I
that.
don't know any adults that do it that's not smokers.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, and I know that smoking can like change your taste buds,
Uh-huh.
how things taste and stuff
Hmm.
like that. And I'm like, yeah, they can't actually taste this food anymore. They have to drench it in hot sauce.
It's the
But
only
yeah,
thing they can taste is the pain of the hot sauce.
and then the annoyance of me nagging them. Cause I used to have a coworker that came in every fucking day. And our queues was right behind each other's. And she would come in with like some type of egg dish that she made at home or some shit. And she would go warm it up and then sit at the desk and drench that shit in hot sauce. I would be so fucking mad every day, every
Here's my thing.
morning.
If she went to the break room to heat it up, why didn't she put the hot sauce in it?
It wouldn't even matter because she put so much in there. There's no way I'm not gonna smell it.
Again, why does your food need so much hot sauce?
Exactly. Why does it need so much hot sauce? I I I genuinely don't understand.
Because to
If
me,
the
the
food
serving
itself,
size of hot sauce is what comes in those damn packs.
mhm.
What that is the serving size. No more. No more. No more.
My thing is this, and I do not understand it, and maybe people that drench their food in hot sauce can explain it to me, but you can't really convince me, which I guess negates what I just said, but you can't really convince me that the food itself is good if the only way you really eat it is if you drown it in hot sauce.
Because it's nasty.
Why is your food
I
now a
have
completely different
never
color?
gotten food that was good and go,
Mhm.
you know what will take this over the top?
A
3
boat,
pounds of hot sauce.
8
It's
ounces of hot
missing
sauce in this
something.
shit.
Let me add 5 tablespoons
It
of hot
pisses me off. I'm like,
sauce.
and I know the world don't revolve around me, but I'm just like, you can't convince me that your food was good anyway. And these always are also the people that be like, oh, my food tastes delicious. I can't tell. Tell me how it tastes without hot sauce.
You know. It's a question. How would you even know?
I'm just like, it's not that good if you gotta drown it in something. Just like with barbecue. People say like, good barbecue because the meat won't need barbecue sauce. The meat by itself is good. And I'm like, that's 100% true. If you need barbecue sauce to make your
See,
barbecue
it's
taste
a
good,
texture thing I like. I like my barbecue to be dripping in that goddamn
now
barbecue.
don't get me wrong, I like my barbecue to be drenched in barbecue
But I
sauce
still want the
too.
meat flavored first.
But
I still want the meat
that's why
flavored
when I go
first.
to new barbecue joints, I'll usually get the sauce on the side because I actually prefer to dip my meat in the barbecue sauce. But I'll usually get it separate like the first time
Just to
because
see.
I want to see how the actual meat tastes.
But I like a pulled pork sandwich. That's the only thing
See,
I
I
would
don't like
get from
pulled
a
pork.
barbecue. Pulled pork or pulled chicken sandwich. That's for the most part
I
what
don't
I
like
would get.
pulled anything.
Why?
It's a for me, it's a texture thing. I don't like that.
Oh, I love a pulled pork or a pulled chicken.
Especially pulled pork. It feels like it gets all mushy and stuff because and I just like, I don't like this texture.
I tear it up.
Um, I don't even do like a brisket sandwich because I'd be like, and I tell you what, one thing, if you go to a barbecue joint and you looking at the brisket and it don't say, do you want fat or lean? Don't get it. You just
Because
wasting your
that's different.
is you just wasting your
They
time.
just giving you slop.
Hmm. I love now me personally, if I get brisket, I'm getting a little fatty.
You know me, I don't want the fat. I've been traumatized by the fat.
Mm-mm.
I've almost choked on fat. I don't eat fat
The
no
fat
more.
is where the flavor is.
I don't want it because Victor likes his fatty.
Hmm.
He got to find a lean spot for me because I don't want it.
Nah, I
I don't
prefer.
need it.
What's that? Ain't that a Jamie Foxx song?
Which one?
When he say I don't want it, don't need it, or something like that. Whatever.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anywho, what do you think about this saying?
Yes, yes.
Or not saying, but this opinion, I guess. People don't want relationships. They want consistent attention.
Some people, yeah, that's exactly what they want. But I don't think that speaks for everyone.
I would agree with that.
I think
Um,
some people that is legit all they want. They just want someone to pay attention to. But the thing what I find interesting is the
what?
people that require the most attention for the most part are very uninteresting people. They're not people you want to actually spend a lot of attention on. And they want it so bad. You like, okay, you got all this attention, but now what are you gonna do? You're not funny or talented or anything. Like you got said attention. What are you about to do to maintain this attention you want so bad? There's nothing interesting about you.
My take is the
So
people that wants the consistent attention, they don't want to give it either.
hell no, they don't want to give it. They just want to receive it.
Yeah.
They don't want to give you nothing.
So all that to say is I think most of those people like and by most I mean a good 95% of these people are on dating apps.
Girl, yeah. No one wants to actually I told you nobody who meets them wants to date them. That's why they live on dating apps because it's you be like, so you ain't never had any sort of relationship outside of what you've acquired
Mhm.
on a dating app as an adult. What you did in high school don't count. As an adult, you haven't dated anyone outside of an app because you're a problem and people hate you.
Good lord.
No,
Uh,
it's the truth. I don't know of any serial online daters that are good people that you would want to date. Do you know of any?
no, but I also don't want to date anybody.
But you're not a serial online dater.
Depending on who you ask, somebody might consider me to be one.
When I mean serial, I mean they break up with somebody and the first thing they're doing is jumping right back in those dating apps. There's no rest period, there's no break in between.
Depending on who you ask, I'm still in my rest period. Been in it for a few years.
Yeah, that's not a serial dater.
I Look, we already discussed me and my attitude on dating apps. I think they're just fun apps to get on to pass the time. Sue me.
Yeah, you like, I feel like talking to somebody.
I feel like talking to somebody that ain't Jade, Abby, or in my little group text with people from community. Like somebody new. Let's
Spicy.
liven it up a little bit. You know what I mean? So I'll get on there and I'll like swipe because you know you got people that matched with you, and I'll go on there and I'll send like a couple messages, start a conversation.
Lead them on.
I ain't leading nobody on. I never tell these men that we gonna do nothing. It's literally
Lead
just,
on.
hey, how you doing? How's life?
Leaning on.
Leading people on is going something like, oh yeah, we could do this and we could do this, and I want this and I want that. We ain't even having these discussions yet.
Leading on.
You don't even know my name. You don't even know my real name.
I
You
would
just
hope they
know.
know. Didn't you put it?
Not everybody puts their real names on dating apps. Mine actually is, but they don't know it's my real name.
Ooh, what would your fake name be?
Mm, I'll probably go with one of the ones that y'all all gave me. Jocelyn, Rosalind, Jacqueline, Jasmine.
Just the JJs.
Cause I mean, nobody ever really calls me by my name.
You know what? What would mine be? Mine would be something so far removed from my actual name.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what would I be? I would be. I told you about what is that name I made up that I gave to Amy?
Girl, you think I remember?
I don't remember what
But I
the
got a side note real quick. What's something weird about yourself that you noticed after you started recording this podcast?
for one. I am wider than I assumed.
The
Two,
camera adds some of that. Let's be for real. Jade is actually not a big person at all.
boy, this camera ain't helping.
Jade is actually really not a big person.
This camera, you can't tell. I got a whole other chin on this camera. I swear it ain't appearing anywhere else.
Jade is actually not a big person at all.
And you can't see the curls in my hair or nothing. But mainly it's just my voice, I noticed.
Well, maybe whenever we become a multicam podcast, you will be able to, because you'll have one that's zoomed in.
Because sometimes my curls be popping and it does not display here.
You know when I can tell you got a fresh cut?
You can
Because I'll see the line.
You see the
I'll be like, oh, Jay got it. It's crisp over here.
That's happened.
I'm like,
And
it is
within
nice and
3
crisp.
days, my naps take over. Like the line, and I'll be trying to brush it, and naps be like, "Girl, bye."
Just like me. You could tell right now I need a retie. I actually wasn't even planning on having my hair. I was like, damn, I need a retie bad.
But yeah,
Y'all,
my voice was interesting. It's not, you know how you think your voice sounds?
no.
Well, the way I thought my voice sounded, and what was played back to me,
Yeah, oh, that's when you realized how country you
I
was?
said, "My God, today,
Not today.
who is that?" Because I was watching, the shorts and stuff. I was like, "Is that sound like?" And then everybody else is like, "That's exactly how you
This
sound."
is exactly how you sound.
And I'm like, "Ew."
See, and that's my thing. Like, okay, the thing that people
Mm.
like to make fun of me about is my Chicago accent.
I done told you you got one.
I know I have one. It's everybody else that seems to think I don't know. I'm like, I know it's there. I'm proud of my Chicago accent. Like,
See, I didn't care about me being country. It's just the tone and stuff. My voice is more nasally than I thought.
um,
Things like that. Like, oh, I knew I was country as hell. I've always known that.
yeah, well, for me, something I didn't realize I do, but apparently I do.
Yeah.
So, okay, there was one. one person. I was on some rant about something shit, and the girl, some chick responded to one of our reels on TikTok,
What
and
she
she said
say?
all she said was something, 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 but God blink. So apparently I had talked for
Oh
honestly, I
my
think I talked for a
gosh.
solid 30 seconds and I didn't blink not
You
once.
know what? Now that you say that,
I don't blink a
you don't
lot.
blink a lot.
And well, here's the other thing I
So you
noticed.
only blink as part of like facial expression more
Yeah.
than anything else.
Yeah. Or if I'm changing directions that I'm looking, then I'll
Well,
blink and
now
look
she
away.
say that. I never really paid it much
No, I never
attention.
paid it much attention. But here's the other thing I noticed. I was watching back when I was transcribing the episode, I was watching back one of our reels. And again, I'm on some rant about something. And I just did like a quick take at myself. And then I had to double back and I said, did you just blink one eye at a time?
Do you?
I did. I literally went. I was like,
Notice that?
it was literally one eye closed after the other, and then both of them opened.
Well,
I was
maybe
like,
in the shorts or the episode, I didn't see it.
I said, what?
I didn't see that.
I said, what the fuck is going on with my eye?
And you accusing everybody else of being an alien, talk about Felix. What about you?
What if you found out you were an alien?
What would I
I,
wouldn't know, so that'd be messed up.
I kind of hope I am an alien.
Why?
Maybe that'll explain why I go to such lengths to make sure I'm different from everybody else.
I'd just be like, well, I had a baby, so what is that? Is he an
Aliens can have
alien
babies,
too?
half alien, half human.
Mm. That's the only thing I'm like, wait, do I got an alien kid then?
Yeah. Honestly, I think it'd be pretty cool to find out I was an alien.
And then I would go, well, why do I got high blood pressure then?
I'd be like,
I'm supposed to be an alien in good health. Fix me up.
you know what? So much stuff makes sense now.
I wouldn't think any of it made sense. I am odd. But being odd hasn't bothered me because I've always found a tribe of odd people. And we are odd people together.
And what if we all turned out to be aliens and we just been finding other aliens? That's why I
It would
said,
make sense.
that's what I said. You know what? It makes sense.
But I always find another oddball to be odd with.
You know,
I always find some.
I agree with that. I find odd people as well.
Well, that's because we're odd.
My thing is I always find friends that when people find out that I'm friends with them, they be like,
Hmm.
huh.
See, I don't get that.
Because people see me and they make assumptions about like I'll give you an example. So I recommended somebody to work at the company that I just started at 6 months ago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they hired her.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
we were talking about her, and I was telling my boss's boss, I said, "Oh yeah, I talk to them at least like once a week or
Yeah.
whatever." And I said, "Yeah, because we talk about I watch K dramas and I listen to K pop, and they do too. So we'll talk about that." And he goes, "You know, that both surprises me, but at the same time, it doesn't surprise me." And I said, "Yeah, a lot of people are surprised when they hear that I listen to K pop and watch K
I
dramas."
think it's because our age group, because when I tell people that, they go, huh. I was like, yes, I also listen to Jaheim.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm like,
I
I
do
still
all
listen to
things.
R&B, rap, hip hop, all that
But
stuff.
K-pop, the thing is K-pop,
K-pop is that.
it is their version of them trying like that meme.
What
That's
mean?
they say K-pop is Koreans cosplaying as Jodeci.
Oh,
Is that because that's basically what it is. So if you like R&B, for the
if you
most part,
and
you'll like K-pop if you like R&B.
what I found is
So
people that don't like, and this is not everyone, but 99% of the people that I know of that talk about how they don't like K-pop or they don't watch Korean dramas and stuff, it's people that are not open-minded enough to be willing to hear something that's not in the language they speak. It has
yeah.
nothing to actually do with the
With the
music.
content itself,
They
yeah.
never even heard it. And then the craziest thing with K-pop is
Yeah.
we are constantly hearing K-pop. but people don't know it's K-pop.
I mean, they play it at Bath and Body Works. Like if you aren't paying attention, you just hearing the beat, you just bopping as you shopping. You're not even aware that
Even
they playing it
even grocery stores, I've heard K-pop. Bath and Body Works, I've heard
everywhere.
K-pop. Been at bars and clubs, I've heard K-pop.
And at the nail salon, you know
Just
good
didn't
and well
even
they playing K-pop in
just
there.
didn't even know that it was K-pop until I started listening to K-pop, and then it started coming up, and I was like, I didn't know this was K-pop. I was just bopping to this at the bar.
Because so for one, there's a good chunk of K-pop that is in English. One.
It really is.
Hey, you would never know. You go, who is this artist? You wouldn't know anything because they have R&B beats
And they're
and
collabing with a
everything.
lot of like the Japanese American woman. I can't remember her name to save my life. But The Boy Is Mine,
Oh yeah,
where
her.
she sampled Brandy and
Yeah,
Monica's.
boy, that was a good match.
Man, that is
Oh,
a
that
good
was
it
so
is a
good.
good
We all loved it.
song.
The
Boy
boy
is
is
mine.
mine,
My,
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 my, my,
my. I'm
my,
like,
my.
she did her big one on that.
Boy.
And then people don't even know she's also the same chick from K-pop Demon Hunters. She was one of the
Mm-hmm.
huntresses,
Yeah.
something like that. But I'm like, most of the time it's people that has never even listened to K-pop that's just like, I ain't listening. And you know what bugs me the most?
What?
People that will get on their high horse and be like, I'm not reading my TV.
First of all, let me adjust my glasses. First of all, y'all need to do more reading. Now, for one, for me, I read fast, so it don't bother me at all. I can completely keep up, just watch. And the thing is, if you're really involved, you don't even notice you're reading it.
You really don't.
You just watch it like you just reading it. I be emotionally invested.
Same. And then just like you
Like,
said, especially on those
mm-mm.
variety shows, the captions that the staff will throw in there.
First of all, the shade, the extra shade that doesn't even translate. No one said it.
Cause I'm telling you, Stray Kids,
Oh, chef's kiss.
they've been everything but Stray Kids.
First of all, and then the subtle shade that they put in quotation, right? So instead of just saying sadly or something, it'd be like head lowered like dog. You'd be like, who?
Cause I'm telling you, the way I would be annoyed
Oh,
that the
love
staff
it.
keeps calling them straight kids,
Strawberry
strawberry
kids.
kids. I'd be like stationary kids. I'm like, what the hell?
Everything but stray kids.
I was like, nah,
Oh
y'all got to get
gosh.
into these subtitles. And then the craziest thing is, I actually was talking to somebody about a Korean show, and I was recommending one to them, and I was
Yeah.
like, it's dubbed too, so if you want to watch the dub version, you can. And they was like,
The dubs sound weird.
the dub does sound weird. But they was like, oh, I usually have subtitles on. I said, oh, then you good with subtitles? And he said, but I don't usually watch subtitled content. And I said, then why do you have the subtitles on?
If you already
I'm like,
have,
you already have them on. Just read them if you're gonna have them on anyway.
because I keep them on, try to help the youngest when we're reading so he can identify words type thing. But with one I'm old, sometimes I just read it.
Sometimes. And honestly, I say all this, and I am somebody that is recovering from having that mindset. I was so ignorant. I would be like, if they want me to consume their content, they need to do it in English.
But the dubs are weird. The mouth don't
Dub
match
is
up.
weird.
The voices are always strange and don't match the characters. I hate the dub.
I don't mind dubbed if I don't know what they sound like to begin with.
But sometimes you can
But
look and know the voice is off.
but now that I've watched so many like Korean
It's
dramas,
not right.
I know how a lot of these actors'
Yeah,
voices
the
sound.
tones are
So when
off.
I see it, I be like,
Mm,
that
his
don't sound like
his
him.
voice ain't that deep and her voice ain't that high.
Oh my gosh.
But
I will say that's because
uh,
I am a boy group person when it comes to K-pop, and
yeah.
that is one of the one I the girl groups, they voices be too high pitched. I'm like, I can't take it. I can't take it.
The thing is, I don't like it either. And I tried. There's a couple of groups I like.
Like you still fucks with New Jeans. I don't
Yeah.
fuck with New Jeans.
Here's the thing. I don't like all they songs.
Hmm.
But I can deal better with somebody that has like Blackpink is better 'cause their voices are like
Blackpink is
way
cool, yeah.
annoyingly high.
I didn't know that one of their members was Thai, I feel like. So she will speak that language, and the whole time I thought she was speaking Korean the whole
Well,
time.
we didn't know anyway. We didn't know what the fuck she was
Had no
saying
idea.
anyway. So it's like,
But
bopping along, didn't know.
yeah, I think more people should get into the K-pop
And
and
it's fun, and it's
K-dramas
not
and
just for
stuff.
kids.
It's
Like, it's
really
fun.
not.
It's fun.
And I'm telling you, them rom-coms for K-dramas,
Ridiculous. And I
and
love
when
every
they
minute.
throw a funny part in there, it is gold.
It's ridiculous. I love the drunk scenes. Those are
The
always
drunk scenes
ridiculous.
are always the funniest.
So fun.
Or when let's be for real.
Gay.
You know about Cinderella and Four Nights? If you want a recommendation, I highly recommend Cinderella and the Four Nights. That was such a funny show. She had what, 5 men after her.
Boy, she want nothing to do with. Bless her heart.
Till that one guy got drunk and confessed that he loved her.
He said it just like that. He's drunk.
But there was one in, I think it was Because This Is My First Life or something like that, where it's always the ones where they act like somebody scared them, and when they look at them, now let's be for real. None of these people are unattractive.
Even the ugly person.
Even the ugly person is an attractive
all they
person.
do is put an attractive person in dowdy clothes.
Yes,
Call them
and
ugly.
they're the ugly person.
It's like, if she ugly, what the hell am I?
But I literally watched that show, and some dude was like in an alleyway throwing away garbage or something like that, and a chick saw him and she walked up to him. He turned around, act like she's scared. She said, and he looked at, he said, "God, your face scared me." And I was just like, "God damn."
Ugly. Or the quote unquote fat person. I said, y'all can't come to America because
You sure
she's
can't.
fat. You gonna think we all fatty moo moo.
Fatty moo moo. Ain't there a story like
Yes.
that? Yeah.
fatty. And it's like size medium and shit.
Yeah.
Size 6, size 8.
If I was ever gonna consider moving to South Korea,
Pack some clothes with you.
I definitely need to make sure I lose some weight.
No, pack some clothes because you can't fit shit over there.
I might as well start losing weight. Shit, they ain't got none of the shit over there that we got here.
I don't know what they got. What they got?
You know, they got some, but it's from what I'm hearing, it's hard to find.
We got to get clothes tailored.
The snacks here, so I'm pretty sure I'll end up losing weight anyway.
Well, if they don't got no snacks,
everything is on the fucking heel.
Not everything is on the heel. But you know, in them shows, they are always on some fucking heel. I'm like, why is the ground never flat?
I be like, what? Okay, so I need to prepare myself.
They got good calves over there.
Man, damn sure got good calves. That is just something that I keep in the back of my mind to make sure that I am prepared for whenever I make my way over there.
Song stuck in my head now.
What song?
The Boy Is Mine.
Oh yeah, I love that damn song.
The video's so good too.
Oh, ain't it?
The videos were good.
Okay, so you ready for my rant?
What is it?
You've already heard this rant, but you're gonna hear it again because it came to my brain again this morning.
What rant? Which one?
The one about Best Buy.
Okay, tell them the story.
I was so fucking mad. And I'm not usually mean to like customer service reps or whatever. I'm usually not. I usually try to be nice to them because I know what it's like to work in retail and have to deal with people. But I was very upset this
That
day.
rant was funny. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It pissed me off because it had no reason to happen.
I cried.
So let me tell y'all. I think I was transcribing an episode, and I don't know if y'all know this, but anybody that's watched any of our episodes know this. Jade and I, which you've heard Jade do definitely at least twice in this episode, when we think we really saying something particularly messy, we'll lower our voice into a gossip tone. You know what I mean? That's that, girl, now you know. You know what I mean? So, and our editors has told us about this before too. We was just dragging our feet on actually doing something to fix it. But I said, you know what? I am fixing this today. Because I was at a point where I was like, I am tired of having to do like this and put my ears so close to the speaker to tell what we're saying. And
I can't help it.
So I went on Amazon looking for some wireless mics. And I found two, both under $100, But the issue was Amazon wouldn't get them to us. This was like a Wednesday, by the way. And Amazon was trying to tell me that I wouldn't get them until Sunday.
You like, ew,
What
I'm
the
a,
hell
I
am
have
I paying for
Prime.
Prime for? But that's another issue. That's another issue. That ain't what we here for. So I then say, you know what? The editors had recommended some wireless mics to me before. Let me look those up. I looked those up, significantly more expensive, but neither here nor there. I said, you know what? Let me just look up Best Buy because Best Buy is literally less than 10 minutes from my house. And I said, I'll go pick them up.
Yeah.
I looked them up on Best Buy's website, and it says that the location by my house does not have them, but one that's further away, same city though, not same city, but in a suburb of the city I live in, has one in stock.
Yeah.
Now, let's rewind. A few months ago, I was looking for an AI recorder, and I went to Best Buy's website. And it said same thing. They had one in stock. So what do? I take my happy ass to Best Buy. Because again, less than 5 minutes from my house. I get to Best Buy. They say, we ain't got that. And I'm like,
Yeah,
but
website
here
say,
on y'all website says y'all have one in stock. They like, we ain't got it. And I said, okay, whatever. So I said, you know what? Now we back to the present. I say, let me call them.
and verify.
I want to call them before I, go up there because this is about to be like a 30-minute drive to go get it.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? This is the right thing to do.
Let me call and verify.
So I look up the Greenwood, Indiana location. It gives me a phone number. I said, perfect. I called this phone number. Some dude picks up. I ain't going to tell you who he was, but I know English wasn't his first language. And he picks up. And I tell him the SKU number that I'm looking for. He looks it up and he says, yes, I see they have one of those in stock. I said, yes, I see the same thing online.
I said, I want somebody
I
to
said,
walk over there and verify.
I said, but what I'm trying to do is I am trying to speak with somebody at the store so that I can ask somebody before I drive up there if they actually have this in stock before I make my way up there. Because I'm telling you, I'm not going to be happy if I drive 30 minutes up there and they ain't even got it.
Yeah, makes sense.
And do you know, I spent a solid 10 minutes going back and forth with this man because he wanted me to place the order with him because he guaranteed me it would be there by me placing the order with him over the phone. I said, so what you telling me is that this thing, you're looking at the product that's at this store. He said, no. I said, well, then how you know they actually have it? He said, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna have it. You're gonna get a call from them saying that they have it. And I was like, but how do you know? I said, what if I place this order with you that's supposed to be ready in an hour, and then in an hour I get an email saying, hey, we don't have your product in stock. We'll order it and have it shipped to the store and then you can pick it up, which is a very likely outcome.
You might, but if I was gonna do that, I would have did that with the one down street from my house. I
And
wouldn't have
the
did it with
other
y'all.
thing is, why do I need you to do that? I see this as an option for me to do online already. You're telling me exactly what online tells me. And I told this man that this has happened to me before, where online it says one thing, but in the store it's not. So I'm like, we've already established that the online inventory can be wrong sometimes. And honestly, I'm not even really mad at the whole, online inventory be off sometimes. That happens. Shit
Yeah.
happens. I am more so upset with not just Best Buy, but all of these companies that is making it where it is almost impossible to speak to somebody at a specific location.
You because what I want is so simple.
I'm like, it's literally so simple. And I remember, now this is gonna make me sound old, but I remember when you could call Best Buy and speak to somebody at a specific Best Buy.
Yeah, the customer service person will pick up.
What the hell do you have the customer service people there for?
Returns.
Literally, that has to be it. I'm like, that and Geek Squad.
Who suck.
And I'm just like, why can't you? And you know what I think is the worst for? Pharmacies. Have you not heard CVS's prompts now?
No.
It is
I don't call them. I go up there.
you good because you can't speak to anybody. When you call CVS's any CVS now,
Yeah.
you have to leave a message and they'll call you back. It doesn't even give you an option to speak to anybody.
Well, damn.
I'm like, that is terrible.
Some people ain't calling you back.
They do. I mean, at least they have called me
I
back.
don't do it because I have the app. So everything I really would need, I can do on the app. I don't have to actually speak to
I
you.
just think we're taking it a bit too far with the whole like
Well,
AI
that's why they
prompts
don't
and all
have
this other stuff.
communication skills because they don't have to communicate with anybody.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
why
just
there's no
like,
customer service because they don't have to have customer service.
why can't I call the CVS up the street about my prescription and actually talk to somebody? Why do I have to? I understand that they are busy. I understand that. However, I shouldn't call the pharmacy about my prescription and be told you have to leave a message and they'll call you back within 24 hours. Like, what? And then don't even get me started on the fact that pharmacies close at like 4 or 5 o'clock now.
You be like, so I, for the most part, I have to wait for the weekend to get my drugs because I really don't have time
And not
after
even
work.
just the weekend. You only really get Sunday because a lot of pharmacies are starting to be closed on Sundays too.
Mm-hmm.
Like the time when I had the flu and then got the pink eye too,
Yeah.
that happened between Saturday night and Sunday. There was one 24-hour pharmacy left in our city. And I had to drive with one good eye all the way up there. It was in like Fishers or something like that. There are not many 24-hour pharmacies left. And I said, so y'all better tell germs to stop getting us sick when the pharmacies are
Yeah,
closed.
because even the one in the hospital closes.
Yeah.
I mean, they stay open later than the usual. Because I think the ones in the hospital don't close like 10 o'clock. So they're
But
open later.
it's all a scam. Here's the thing. Because if all the pharmacies are closed and an emergency happens where you need prescriptions or something like that, what do you have to do now? You have to go to the emergency room and they'll give you enough prescriptions to get you through until the
Yeah.
pharmacy is open. Now what you're doing, you're paying way more for that prescription than you
Mhm.
should be. Big pharma wins in the end. Let's just
Please don't get us taken down.
I'm just so tired of it. I'm just so tired
Yeah,
of it.
because a lot of people do resort to do it. They go to the emergency room, they like, well, and then emergency room give them like a week supply or something.
Yeah.
And they have to pay for the emergency room visit, pay for the drugs. But really they just wanted the drugs that they could have got but pharmacy closed.
And
So they can't get
and
the
who
drugs.
winning in all this? Big pharma. Well, I'm so tired of them. Other countries doing it right. I ain't gonna even stunt. You know what I need to check in on?
What?
Australia in this social media
We
ban.
sure do need to check in.
I need to check in on that because I want to know how
I
that's
forgot
going.
about that fast. Ain't it
I
different?
only remember because I transcribed the episodes and sometimes they refresh my memory.
Because I'm like, you know what? I forgot about that. I need to check in. I think I'm going to wait like a couple of months to check in on that.
Yeah, because I think it went into effect December 10th.
I'm like, I'm going to wait a couple of months to check in. Maybe St. Patty's Day or something. I'll check in on that. I can make I'll set a note in my phone for St. Patty's Day. What I'm old. It's the only way I'm going to remember to do it.
I don't know. I'm just over this whole thing. It's like, and they blame COVID. You know what? At this point, I'm starting to feel like COVID was a conspiracy where they set that shit up.
Now, the theory is
What is it? You know, I'm all about a conspiracy
it's
theory.
the same thing that people feel about HIV. They feel like it was made
Oh,
and put out in the community.
honestly,
That's the theories I
that's the thing.
hear.
I wouldn't put shit past shit.
Oh no.
I
And you shouldn't.
I wouldn't put shit past the government. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Have y'all not watched Scandal?
Scandal is true. Like I don't care. I think there's a real Olivia Pope and that shit is going down. We just don't know who the hell it is.
Just like I think there's a real how to get away with murder.
Oh hell yeah.
Like, come on now. Honestly, I used to.
Some shit is too strange to be fiction. But I'm like, mm-mm. Whole time I was watching Scandal, I said, "Who is the real Olivia Pope?"
Cause
Because ain't
who
no way
is
they just
she?
making this shit up.
Cause who is she?
I want to know who she is. All I thought the whole time watching this, I was like, "Who? is doing the wardrobe.
And
Doing a
literally,
really
I
good
thought you
ass
was gonna go
goddamn
there. I was
job.
about to say whoever
Really doing a fantastic job.
is in charge of wardrobe for
Scandals top
Scandals,
tier.
man, I hope you got every dime you were worth.
Cause I said I just want to own a trench coat
A trench coat, please.
and a nice nude heel. Like that's what I
I mean,
need in
that's
this
honestly
life.
how I feel about the K dramas.
Boy, the
You
coats
know
be
what's
killing
so
it in the
funny?
K dramas.
You know,
Oh, the coats
I
kill
know
it.
we talked about the K drama, but look, it's a part of life, whatever. You know what kills me about the K dramas
Mm-hmm.
is how you can always tell when they now in love or whatever.
They changed the clothes real
The
quick.
and the craziest thing, it happens without you even noticing.
Like when I tell you when they in love, how the wardrobe just is
The
better for
wardrobe, all
everybody.
of a sudden, the poor girl is dressing like she's the rich girl.
And you watching, you like, if she poor, how she got a Burberry trench coat?
Exactly.
Like how she got?
She'll never talk about her family struggles no more. All of a sudden, she got 6-inch high heels on now. Her hair always straightened. She don't
And
wear
here's my
glasses no
thing.
more.
And it's not like it's a body wave. It's not bone straight.
Yeah.
She got brown highlights put in. You think I didn't notice, but I did. She got brown highlights put in. Her eye changed colors. I peep all of it. And I'm like, she got freckles now. They just be doing shit.
Be like, wait,
Wait,
wasn't she just poor last episode?
didn't she have on overalls and Vans the last episode? And now she got on a Burberry trench coat and a Prada skirt with a matching boot.
And I
Like
ain't
what?
seen this man buy her shit.
Yeah, because the man is always rich. The love interest is always
Just
rich.
like I was watching this show called The Secret Life of My Secretary. And
Titles be wild. What it
yeah,
is.
but this is some girl that supposedly has nothing.
And she always looks real good. You like
But
how?
yet she's impersonating somebody that is filthy rich.
How? Where you got the clothes to impersonate her at?
And she's tricking her boss into think because her boss is dating this woman, but he can't see faces. So he thinks that his secretary is this woman. And I'm like, so nothing about her clothes told you that she wasn't as rich as she was letting on?
What the thing is they the only thing
And not
is they
that's not
only want the girl just being portrayed as ugly to be dowdy. The other girl, if she's not supposed to be ugly, no matter how poor she is, she's always well dressed.
and that doesn't mean like, rich people don't all rich people dress like, they wear nothing but Louis Vuitton or whatever.
No, they have quiet
But
luxury. You still can tell.
but this
You
particular
can
filthy
tell.
rich woman was one of them people that only wore designer luxury stuff. And she boasted about it all the time. So I'm like, so why did you not find it odd that this damn trench coat has no name on it? Like that didn't stick out to you as odd. And then I was like, ain't she using the same damn cell phone? You don't have your secretary phone number? How is she tricking you, sir?
Because it's a show. It don't make sense. Maybe she got a second phone, but how
She
can
did end up getting a second phone.
afford two phone lines if she supposed to be poor? But
And the thing again, she never went shopping and bought new clothes. These is all clothes. Like literally saw her go into her closet and start picking shit out and then wore it to see him. So I'm like, while what you have on is cute, it don't scream
rich lady.
rich. So how the fuck are you tricking him?
All I'm gonna say is your rant of this sounds like mine when watching children's shows, and I go, none of this makes any fucking sense. You know how I feel about Paw Patrol.
No.
Where's Ryder's mama? Where does he have the money to build all this shit? Where do these dogs come from? Why is the city trusting everything to a boy and his dogs? Why does the mayor have a chicken as a pet? Like it's too much. I have too many questions.
I don't know, but then I have to tell myself, you know what?
Too many.
I don't watch this for the realism. I
For
watch
the
it
entertainment.
I watch it for entertainment purposes,
You
and
crack me up.
sometimes things that's entertaining don't make sense. But I'm like,
But this is the shit me and you rant about while watching it. Like how the hell
literally,
she fooling any fucking body?
and I'm just like, whatever. I'm like, whatever.
They
Y'all,
just see her in this damn
y'all.
H&M outfit and think that she ain't rich.
And I was just like, whatever. Then my dumb ass, there's one scene they on the beach and she has on kitten heels. This is
Gross.
after he know who she is.
Gross.
And they actually dating.
Kitten heels suck.
And they on the beach and he goes to her, he's like, you didn't have to wear high heels. I said, high heels is a stretch. I said, that is a kitten heel if I ever seen one. And I'm like, which is another reason you should have knew her ass wasn't that rich bitch.
Kitten heels having to come back though.
But that motherfucker wasn't wearing no kitten heel. I was just
She didn't
like,
have to wear heels to the beach. She don't got on heels.
right. I'm like, girl, that is nothing but a flat.
You know what it reminds me of?
Well,
Stilettos, pumps in the club.
club,
They got the
yeah.
little tiny ass shoes.
Did she have on stilettos? I'm
We
like,
back
oh
in
my God. When I saw that video, I said, that is not a heel. That is a kit. I mean,
They
yes, it's a heel, but
church shoes.
literally.
No, they had prom shoes and church shoes on in
Not
the
even
club.
prom shoes. Prom shoes were still wearing 5 to 6 inch stilettos.
Oh, when I tell you, stilettos, pumps, in.
Who's that, Crime Mob?
Yeah, when the stiletto were pumping that motherfucking
Honestly,
club.
that was one thing that when I saw that video, I said, you know what, Crime Mob ain't about that life. Cause they sitting here talking about stilettos with a damn kitten heel on. Like, come on now. That is not a stiletto. Talking about some stiletto pumps. And that ain't a stiletto or a pump.
Honestly, not near stiletto.
I didn't see a stiletto
Not
or a pump.
near
All
pump
I
in that
saw
club.
was a damn kitten heel. That honestly, in
A
our when
cheap
we
ass kitten heel.
honestly pay less. That's what it looked like. And I ain't even saying that to talk about people. I have worn my fair share of pay less shoes.
I ain't gonna
Look
tell
at my old please don't look at my Facebook, but look at my Facebook. You will see a pair of pay less shoes
First of
throughout that.
all, I miss Payless.
I do too, actually.
And they had unlimited lifetime warranty.
Not anymore.
Gosh, I'm
Uh,
sad Payless was gone before I could take my kid to Payless.
you know
I could
what?
have saved some money.
Here's my issue with Payless leaving. Payless did what's the Irish goodbye? Where they leave and don't tell you?
Boy, they just like, we gone. Like,
They
"Where
just
Payless?" You
disappeared.
went to go to Payless and it just was
It was
gone.
just gone. I said, where'd Payless go? And then somebody's like, oh yeah, they went out of business. What?
Like literally, that's what happened.
It was like they were here one second, gone the next.
Like Dots. Boy, Dots didn't warn us some shit. Dots would, but I think Dots trying to come back.
Maybe.
I need to look that up.
I think Radio Shack went out like that too.
Yeah, Radio Shack didn't say shit.
The only one that I really remember was Circuit City. That's the one I heard about when it was getting ready to close because everybody was in there buying shit.
It was Circuit City. What a time to be
Uh,
alive. I forgot about Circuit City.
but yeah, I was like, Payless was here one second, gone the next day. Didn't nobody know Payless had closed.
I mean, they started selling purses and everything and just disappeared.
And
When did they? Well, like, what year was that?
who knows? Nobody knew when it actually closed.
It wasn't super. It wasn't a super long. It was like what 2016 or something. Like it wasn't a super
I don't remember.
duper long.
But I
time
remember
ago.
loving going to Payless because Payless would they were one of the only stores where I could find cute shoes in my size because I wear okay, I got big feet. I'm part of the big feet club. I wear a size 12. I wear a size 12 in women. So yes, I have big feet. So it is now I understand people who have average size feet, it's also hard for them to find shoes. But
Mhm.
not only is it hard to find shoes, it's damn near impossible, honestly. And then unless you go like luxury brands, which
Mhm.
who can afford that shit? And then on top of that, not only is it hard to find my shoes, but when I do find a nice pair of shoes, like let's just say gym shoes, for instance, because it don't discriminate, heels, gym shoes, it don't matter.
You know, just
I will go and see a really cute pair of gym shoes that I want to
Yeah.
buy.
yeah.
They're in women. I can guarantee you 9 times out of 10, the highest that shoe comes is a
The
10.
10.
And
Yeah, that sucks.
then I gotta, so now what am I forced to do? I have to go and buy men's shoes.
Yeah, because you only a 10 in the men's.
Yeah, I'm a 10, 10 and a half in men.
Yeah.
But they don't usually they don't have the cute shoes that are in women's.
No, they
So
don't.
I'm like, that's
I
why.
don't know, because some of the men's stuff is real nice, and I'm low key be mad sometimes.
Well, that was why I started fucking with Vans, because Vans don't
Universal.
discriminate.
Yeah, they're universal.
That's how I was. Whatever shoes they got for the kids, they also got for the adults.
And I wish Jordans would do the same.
And I feel like Vans is moving away from that, and that's really starting to piss me off.
Really, I haven't bought a pair of
That's why
Vans.
you ain't seen me buy Vans in a while, because I'll see someone like, oh, those are cute, and then I'll be like, they ain't even got them in my size because they only make them for kids.
Because, you know what, I buy Jive Vans. I don't buy myself.
Mm-hmm.
They have a type of cute shit for kids. He be
Yeah,
having all type of fun shit.
that's how I was able to get my Sesame Street Vans.
Yeah.
They made them for kids, but they also made them for adults too. My
Oh,
SpongeBob Vans, same thing. But lately, I've been seeing like some cute ones that's for like kids, and I'm like, man, if they made those for adults, I would rock them. Nope, not available for adults.
you know, Crocs do the same thing, and it's upsetting to me.
The only way Crocs is going to get more money out of me is if they make SpongeBob Crocs.
I thought they already did.
I think they might have been a limited edition one,
Yeah, I think they already did that.
and
Time is
I'm just
limited.
waiting for the edition to come back.
It'll be on sale again. Matter of fact, go look now.
I don't want to.
Go
I don't
look
even
now.
like Crocs like that. I can't stand.
I love them.
I don't like Crocs
I
like
bought
that.
Victor his first pair of Crocs for Christmas.
But this past Christmas,
He loves them. Now he said he can never wear them outside.
and
But
I personally don't think they're as comfortable as people say they are either.
oh, they are.
I mean, they're comfortable, but I mean, I'm just usually like, I've had more comfortable shoes than
Now I
these.
will admit something though. Now
They make
Crocs,
your feet sweaty. You
no,
just putting your feet in a bunch of damn
no,
rubber. That's it.
no, the older ones, not the new shit. The older ones were softer. They were.
I had one pair of Crocs. Well, no, I had two pair of Crocs. I had one that looked like regular Crocs where you could put them in sport mode and all that other bullshit. They were cool. I was like, nah, probably wouldn't wear these. I actually just threw one of the shoes in the garbage. The other one is in the closet somewhere.
You could just donated it.
You know, I wanted it out my house when I wanted it out my house. I ain't got time.
Donate.
Then I have the pair that looks like gym shoes.
You know, I don't think I like those.
They're actually
Are they comfortable? I
they're
feel like they
comfortable.
wouldn't be.
They're comfortable, and they have holes throughout, just
Yeah, they
like
do.
the
Yeah.
Crocs do. I just was like, they're comfortable, but they're not like my on cloud shoes was more comfortable than Crocs
And
was.
I keep saying I'm gonna get some own clouds, but the cheap in me don't want to.
On cloud is expensive as fuck, but they're great for if you're standing or something like that. Honestly, these are really comfortable. My extra comfort Chucks,
Yeah.
they are very comfortable.
Hmm.
I love wearing them when I work in pharmacy, but that's just me.
I might get some own clouds.
On cloud, they were some of my best
I'm
shoes that
cheap.
I've
That's the
had,
only reason why I ain't got
and
it.
they are expensive as hell. So
I said $165.
be
I'm
prepared to
not
spend
buying
some
that.
cold hard
If
cash.
I don't spend 165, I get some Hokas. I'm not doing it.
See, I haven't had Hoka before, but I've been told On Cloud is more comfortable than Hoka, and Hoka is about the same price.
I do Adidas.
Adidas.
The fresh foam only, not regular. Regular ain't doing shit.
That's probably why I like these, because that comfort that's in the sole.
Yeah,
I'm just like, because I hated Chucks. I was like, the sole is so thin on there. Just feel like I'm
yeah,
walking on concrete.
yeah. They did.
But then I saw extra comfort. What you mean extra comfort? I'm old now. I want more comfort.
I
I
like
ain't
the Adidas style. Only the fresh foam, but the fresh foam is expensive, so it's like it's still $100 something for the fresh foam.
Yeah, I think my shoes is 110. My Converse is 110 with the
Extra.
extra comfort.
Hmm.
I love them though.
I do want some new shoes.
I do too. But I'm like, people already talk about me. They're like, do you need any more shoes? I'm like, I don't have that many.
First of all, you technically only need one pair, so anything over there is being frivolous. Worry about yourself. Don't worry about me.
I'm like, I literally have like, honestly, I think I still have less than 12 pairs of shoes.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Exactly. I'm like, I don't have that many. Although I did just clean out this closet that's in this room, found a whole pair of Nikes in there. Now, granted, these Nikes are like several years old, And I have worn these shoes. But you know how when you put a pair of shoes up and then you see them like years later, you be like, these still look good. That's what it was. And then, I think I had told you about these. Remember
Yeah.
a while ago? And I'm
Mhm.
mad I threw these shoes in the garbage too.
You're so wasteful. It's a donation center like 5 minutes from your
Anyway,
house.
I found my custom inserts.
I hope you took them out.
No, they're still in the shoes. I put the shoes in my closet. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna wear these.
Have you worn 'em?
No, I just found them last week. I ain't been nowhere. But I was like, there go my damn shoe inserts. Cause remember I had a pair of high top Air Force Ones
Yeah.
that I wanted to wear. And I was just like, but I took the
You like
soles that
put
they
the
came
sole
with
out.
out, and I was like, I don't even have insoles for these shoes anymore. So I threw them out.
And they found the insole.
And now I found the insoles. I said, son of a bitch. I thought I threw those insoles in the garbage. Now these insoles are at least 12 years old. Probably need new ones. But
I mean, but if you ain't been using
I mean, at the time I was using them quite a bit because I clearly was swapping them out of shoes.
them.
So trust me, they got their money's worth out of them. I probably just need more because I have flat feet and, foot issues.
And we old and it's fine.
That's what comes when you turn 38, which is me. But anywho, we're gonna call it the. Hopefully
Yeah.
y'all like this episode of rants from us.
What grinds our gears.
Shut up.
These glasses look big.
Jay, you always wear big glasses.
I know. I feel small ones look stupid, if that makes sense.
Uh
On
they
me, that is. Not on others. I don't like them on me.
I think the small glasses ran their course. There was a time period where no one wanted big glasses. And now we're just in a time period where everybody wants big glasses.
I think the small ones only look cute as sunglasses.
See, that's when I think they look silly.
No, they look cute.
I think small glasses, especially when they start being, you know what they remind me of? Blade.
No.
That's what small sunglasses remind me. Blade or the dude from Matrix.
Yeah, I see.
That's what small sunglasses reminds me of.
Like the new ones, they look trendy. They're cute.
I don't know. I don't mind
Cute.
small glasses, but when I see people with small sunglasses, and then they have the nerve to have them be transition glasses too.
Corny. Why would you just have them be? The thing is, I like my sunglasses. Well, I can't talk because I clearly have some Elton John sunglasses. Y'all ain't seen them, but baby, they are ridiculous. But they're not transitions.
I wouldn't do transition at all because it takes too long for them to transition once you go from
I
one.
just think I don't like them. I feel like they're dark when they need to be light, light when they need to be dark. I
And
don't
then
like
the
them.
other thing that made me not decide against transition lenses was literally everyone that I know that has transition lenses,
Mm-hmm.
they complain about them all the time on how they don't like it because when they come inside, it
Yeah.
takes too long to go.
They're light when
And I'm
they're
just
dark
like,
and dark when they need to be light.
I'm like, I don't need these headaches.
I got enough.
Yeah, I got enough to deal with. I ain't dealing with that too.
All I get is the blue blocking. They're supposed to be anti-glare, but they glaring like a mofo to be anti-glare. Mhm.
Hopefully, I blinked more in this episode.
Blink if you need help.
Nah, but it took me out when I saw that I blinked one eye at a time. I was like,
How can you comfortably do that?
well, I didn't know that I was doing it.
It's not comfortable. I'm doing it now, and I don't like it.
I didn't know that I was doing it. And I was just like, okay. But anywho, hopefully y'all enjoyed this. Make sure you do the things on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, and
There.
on YouTube, on the audio platforms, make sure you're liking, sharing, commenting, following, just engaging in general there as well. Yeah. And with that, we will see you guys in the next one. Deuces.
Bye, friends.